American singer, composer, and dancer Bobby Beresford Brown Sr. is most recognized for inventing the New Jack Swing style in the late 1980s and early 1990s. Before beginning a prosperous solo career, he gained notoriety as an R&B group New Edition member. He was born in Boston, Massachusetts on February 5, 1969. With singles like My Prerogative and Every Little Step, his breakthrough album Don't Be Cruel in 1988 cemented his place as a pop and R&B legend. The focus has often been on Brown's private life, notably his marriage to Whitney Houston. Despite his personal and professional struggles, he remains a significant musical figure, renowned for his upbeat performances and contributions to modern R&B. Birth and early life. Bobby Beresford Brown Sr. was born in Boston, Massachusetts on February 5, 1969. He was up in Roxbury's Orchard Park housing projects, a community renowned for its thriving musical and cultural influences. Brown, one of 8 children, grew up in a big household. His father, Herbert, was a construction worker, and his mother, Carol, was a substitute teacher. Legendary musicians like Michael Jackson and James Brown ignited Brown's love of music at an early age. At 12, he joined New Edition after honing his vocal abilities in local talent competitions and at church. His experiences in the ensemble established the groundwork for his subsequent success as a solo artist. Shaping R&B and hip-hop. As a singer, composer, and dancer, Bobby Brown had a lasting impression on the genre by helping to shape modern R&B and hip-hop-influenced music. In the late 1980s and early 1990s, Brown's electric performances, silky voice, and unquestionable charisma made him a household star. He's often given credit for creating the New Jack Swing trend, fusing hip-hop rhythms with R&B, and ultimately changing the sound of the time. His songs, My Prerogative and Every Little Step, were anthems of the era, and his groundbreaking solo albums, such as Don't Be Cruel and Bobby, catapulted him into superstardom. Brown's blending of hip-hop, R&B, and pop inspired a new generation of musicians. However, he's also had personal challenges during his career, such as drug misuse and legal troubles. Notwithstanding these difficulties, Brown has become one of the most talked-about personalities in the entertainment sector because of his skill, tenacity, and capacity to enthrall audiences. Bobby Brown has remained a pivotal figure in the development of modern music, influencing the sound of current pop and R&B despite his highs and lows. Musical beginnings. Bobby Brown was raised in Roxbury's Orchard Park housing projects, influencing his early years and serving as a foundation for his aspirations. He was the son of Herbert Brown, a construction worker, and Carol, a substitute teacher. He was raised in a big family. Bobby, who grew up in a working-class household, was used to the hardships of life, but his passion for music served as a continual source of motivation and solace. At a young age, he showed an intense love of music, often taking inspiration from well-known performers like Michael Jackson, Prince, and James Brown, who served as his musical role models. His vocal powers were fostered by the gospel music he heard in church, and he started taking part in local talent competitions to hone his craft and boost his self-esteem as a performer. During these early years, he began his musical career in 1978 when he and a group of pals founded the R&B group New Edition. The group's professional performances and engaging tunes immediately brought them recognition. Bobby's charm and skill were exceptional, launching him into the public eye and laying the groundwork for his future success as a solo artist. New Edition. With their catchy sound and young enthusiasm, New Edition, which included Bobby Brown, Ralph Tresvant, Ricky Bell, Michael Bivins, and subsequently Ronnie DeVoe, quickly became well-known in the 1980s. Their first album, Candy Girl, in 1983, which featured their fusion of pop, R&B, and New Jack Swing elements, was an immediate smash. Popular songs like Candy Girl and Is This the End won the group a lot of praise and cemented their position in the music industry. Bobby Brown was a fan favorite and one of the most notable members due to his captivating stage presence and charm. His enthusiasm and self-assurance on stage enabled New Edition to perform at a higher level, and he came to represent the group's success. But as the group's success increased, so did internal strife, with disagreements over administration and creative disagreements causing friction. Bobby eventually left New Edition in 1985 as a result of these conflicts. Although the group underwent a sea change due to his departure, Brown's solo career was made possible. His departure allowed him to experiment with his sound and approach, eventually resulting in his groundbreaking solo albums and rise to fame as a standalone musician. Solo success and the rise of New Jack Swing. Bobby Brown's first album, King of Stage, in 1986, was a minor success and marked the beginning of his solo career. His next effort would catapult him into superstardom, but the record showcased his artistry. Don't Be Cruel, Bobby's 1988 album, would be a turning point in his career. Don't Be Cruel, produced by the renowned Teddy Riley, L.A. Reid, and Babyface, featured the New Jack Swing sound, a groundbreaking combination of dance, hip-hop, and R&B. Due to the widespread appeal of his genre-bending approach, Brown shot to the top of the charts. The album yielded several successful songs, including the well-known My Prerogative, Every Little Step, and Roni. Each song highlighted Brown's polished vocals, contagious enthusiasm, and avant-garde style. Don't Be Cruel helped shape the late 1980s and early 1990s music scene and made Bobby Brown a solo superstar. The album's success was a turning point in Brown's career, solidifying his reputation as a major creator of the New Jack Swing movement and making him one of the most significant personalities in modern R&B. Don't Be Cruel to Rock Witcha. Bobby Brown's legacy as a musician was cemented when Don't Be Cruel became a commercial powerhouse. In addition to dominating the charts, the album's 5 huge hit singles, the empowering anthem My Prerogative, the lively Every Little Step, the romantic Roni, the smooth Rock Witcha, and the catchy title track Don't Be Cruel became staples of the late 1980s and early 1990s soundtrack. Brown became a household name when Don't Be Cruel sold over 7 million copies in the U.S. alone. He received many honors for the record, including the American Music and Grammy Awards, further acknowledging his skill and impact. Its blend of smooth R&B and modern beats kept Brown at the forefront of the genre, and its success further cemented his status as one of the top R&B artists of his time. Brown's success continued with his follow-up album Bobby in 1992, which included hits like Humpin' Around and Good Enough. Bobby Brown became a cultural phenomenon and dominated the radio with increasing impact. His music and style helped to shape R&B in the 1990s. Personal life and public controversies. Despite the success of his work, Bobby Brown's private life often garnered media and public interest. His 1992 marriage to music sensation Whitney Houston was one of the most well-known events in his life. Although there were many loving, respectful, and even musical moments in the couple's relationship, it was also characterized by personal hardships, chief among them being their issues with drug misuse. Due to the media's constant scrutiny of their actions, their relationship became one of entertainment history's most talked about and contentious subjects. The couple had a strong relationship despite their turbulent past, and in 1993 they had a daughter, Bobby Christina Brown. Both parents often spoke about how much they loved Bobby Christina, who became the center of their universe. Nevertheless, the public was drawn to their triumphs and setbacks, and their difficulties continued to eclipse their private lives. Throughout it all, Bobby Brown and Whitney Houston's relationship continued to pique interest and spark conjecture, and their tale became ingrained in 1990s culture, representing both the pinnacles of celebrity and the depths of inner torment. Issues and struggles. Bobby Brown's career was significantly impacted by his difficulties, which included several arrests and fights with drug addiction. Even while he was praised for his musical successes, his creative triumphs were sometimes eclipsed by the media's incessant attention to his problems, especially his turbulent relationship with Whitney Houston. For a while, Brown's personal life took precedence over his profession as a result of the couple's well-publicized battles with addiction. Despite these obstacles, he kept working on his music, but overcoming his persistent problems was difficult. A chapter in Brown and Houston's life ended in 2007 when they were divorced after years of public ups and downs. Whitney Houston tragically died in 2012, leaving Brown to grieve the loss of a fellow superstar, a musical colleague, and a love. The hardships that their daughter, Bobby Christina, endured throughout her childhood added to the grief of Houston's passing. The sad death of Bobby Christina in 2015, under circumstances strikingly similar to those of her mother, added even more heartache to Brown's already challenging path. Bobby Brown's tenacity in the face of these personal setbacks is evidence of his lasting musical legacy and his affection for his family. Later career and legacy. Despite his struggles, Bobby Brown has shown his tenacity and passion for his art by continuing to create songs and perform throughout the years. He joined New Edition on many occasions, including the wildly popular Home Again tour in 1996, the group's first reunion since Brown's departure in 1985. Large audiences attended the tour, which was a huge success, and brought back the charm of the iconic R&B ensemble. Their performances honored their classic successes, and Brown's return to the stage with New Edition cemented his status as a fan favorite. The trio would subsequently pursue reunion endeavors to cement their reputation as one of their era's most significant R&B groups. Meanwhile, Brown's 1997 album Forever was part of a new solo music release. The album showed that Brown still had the skill and motivation to make music, even if it did not have the same financial success as his previous efforts. Despite the highs and lows of his career, Bobby Brown remained a committed performer who never stopped developing and staying relevant in the ever-expanding music business. His tenacity in the face of hardship was evidence of his love for music and his long-lasting impact on it. Legacy projects. Bobby Brown has recently turned his attention to legacy initiatives, hoping that younger generations will acknowledge his impact on R&B and the music business. His participation in the BET miniseries The New Edition Story in 2017, which portrayed the ascent of New Edition as his part of the group's success, was among the most noteworthy achievements. Younger audiences learned about Brown's significant contributions to the music landscape thanks to the miniseries, which reintroduced his influence. After that triumph, Brown was the focus of his own dramatized biographical series, The Bobby Brown Story in 2018, which offered a more in-depth examination of his turbulent career, personal life, and the highs and lows that shaped his path. Through these endeavors, Brown was able to consider his legacy and solidify his status as a significant player in R&B history. In addition to his entertainment career, Brown has worked to preserve his family's legacy, primarily by establishing the Bobby Christina Serenity House. The organization was created in memory of his late daughter, Bobby Christina, and it supports victims of domestic abuse, a subject that was dear to Brown's heart. Bobby Brown continues to uphold his family's tradition while making a positive difference in the lives of people in need by utilizing his platform to assist others and promote awareness. Influence on music and culture. The impact of Bobby Brown on hip-hop and R&B cannot be emphasized enough. He played a key role in bridging the gap between hip-hop's burgeoning sounds and classic R&B as a new jack swing genre pioneer. His avant-garde combination of hip-hop beats, danceable beats, and soft vocals paved the way for other acts such as Chris Brown, Neo, and Usher. By fusing the sensuality of R&B with the swagger and edge of street culture, Brown's dynamic performances and his self-assured and audacious demeanor established a new benchmark for male R&B performers. His innovative approach, which combined musical prowess with charm and genuineness, revolutionized what it meant to be an R&B star. My Prerogative, one of his most well-known songs, became an anthem of freedom and self-expression that still has an impact on listeners all over the globe. The song was a powerful statement of personal freedom since it emphasized taking responsibility for one's decisions and claiming one's uniqueness. Britney Spears and other musicians have covered My Prerogative, demonstrating the song's enduring influence across genres. Bobby Brown's impact can still be heard in the music business today, where the combination of hip-hop and R&B is still very popular and shapes the sound of contemporary mainstream music. Influential figure in the music industry. Bobby Beresford Brown Sr. is a complicated but unquestionably significant character in the music business. Brown was instrumental in reshaping R&B music from his early years as a member of New Edition to his ascent to solo superstardom. He changed the genre and established a new benchmark for male R&B performers with his unique approach, which combined silky vocals with an upbeat, streetwise demeanor. Brown was one of the most exciting performers of his day, and his explosive stage presence captivated audiences. Bobby Brown has persevered and endured in the entertainment industry, despite several personal and professional failures, including battles with addiction and well-publicized difficulties in his personal life. His resilience and tenacity are shown by his capacity to overcome setbacks and continue to create music throughout the years. Bobby Brown has made incalculable contributions to music, ranging from his early effect on the New Jack Swing genre to his enduring influence on modern R&B. His career and the sound and culture of contemporary R&B have been influenced by his path, which was full of success and setbacks. Bobby Brown's legacy, significance, and distinctive voice guarantee his place in music history and ensure his influence will last for generations. Awards and achievements. The 1988 publication of Bobby Brown's album Don't Be Cruel was one of his most important career turning points. The album became one of the most memorable R&B records of the late 1980s and catapulted him to superstardom due to its enormous economic success. In addition to producing several successful songs such as My Prerogative, Every Little Step, and Roni, he received significant praise in the music business. In 1989, Brown won the Best Male R&B Vocal Performance Grammy at the 31st Annual Grammy Awards for his popular song Every Little Step. This victory marked a turning point in his career and solidified his place as a major player in R&B music. Additionally, it was essential to establish the New Jack Swing style as the dominating force in popular music. New Jack Swing's blend of dance, hip-hop, and R&B would later impact many musicians and mold the sound of the 1990s and beyond. With his avant-garde sound in the front of the movement, Bobby Brown's breakthrough with Don't Be Cruel marked a high point in his career and the beginning of a new musical era. American Music Awards. Bobby Brown's status as a major player in R&B music was further cemented by his enormous success at the American Music Awards, or AMAs. He won 2 coveted American Music Awards in 1989, Favorite Soul or R&B Male Artist, and Favorite Soul or R&B Album for Don't Be Cruel. The album's enormous economic success and public appreciation of Brown's distinctive sound and captivating live presence were both reflected in these victories. When he won 2 additional American Music Awards in 1990, Favorite Soul or R&B Album for Bobby and Favorite Soul and R&B Male Artist, his supremacy persisted. These extra honors demonstrated his ability to create chart-topping songs constantly and further explained his enduring impact on the R&B genre. His continual AMA recognition proved how well-liked he was and how much of an influence he had on the development of R&B in the late 1980s and early 1990s. With a series of successful albums and hits resonating with fans and industry colleagues, Brown's triumph at the AMAs underlined his status as one of the genre's most original and influential performers. Billboard hits. Bobby Brown's enormous impact on the R&B and mainstream music sectors was further shown by his Billboard Music Award honors, which further cemented his chart domination. With 5 top 10 songs on the Billboard Hot 100, Don't Be Cruel was a commercial behemoth that solidified Brown's status as one of the most influential and popular musicians of the time. Among those singles, My Prerogative was particularly noteworthy since it peaked at number 1 on the charts and became a song about rebellion, freedom, and self-expression. The song's audacious message struck a chord with audiences, demonstrating Brown's ability to combine memorable, appealing music with personal strength. In recognition of his enormous influence, Billboard named him one of the best pop and R&B artists of the late 1980s and early 1990s, demonstrating his cross-cultural appeal and pertinence. The music business is still influenced by Brown, whose chart-topping success helped create the sound of the late 1980s and early 1990s. In addition to his economic success, Billboard's ongoing recognition of him demonstrated his enduring influence on the development of contemporary pop and R&B music. MTV Music Awards. Additionally, Bobby Brown's contributions to music, especially his innovative music videos, were honored at the MTV Video Music Awards, or VMAs. His 1989 smash song, Every Little Step, got him a nomination for the Best R&B Video for his energetic performances and creative choreography. One of the defining images of the time was the music video, which featured Brown's distinctive dancing routines and flamboyant aesthetic. The video effectively captured Brown's impact on the late 80s sound and fashion with its vivid colors, energetic dance, and captivating stage presence. Numerous musicians were influenced to include more intricate dance moves and vibrant graphics in their work by the classic Every Little Step music video, which also established new benchmarks for R&B music videos. In addition to his musical prowess, Bobby Brown's VMA nomination demonstrated his capacity to push boundaries and influence music video trends at a pivotal period in the business. His reputation as a significant player in the music and entertainment industries was cemented by the visual impact of his work and his remarkable performances. Group recognitions and lifetime achievements. Bobby Brown participated in several group honors, honoring New Edition's enduring influence on R&B music. In recognition of their revolutionary contributions to R&B music, New Edition received the esteemed BET Lifetime Achievement Award in 2017. The award acknowledged their contribution to the genre's development and its influence on many artists, both contemporary and historical. New Edition was awarded a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame in the same year, another significant honor. The group's career reached a central turning point with this distinction, recognizing their decades-long legacy and impact on the music business. From their early days in the 1980s to their ongoing importance in the 1990s and beyond, New Edition's ability to move across periods cemented their position in music history. For Bobby Brown, sharing these honors with New Edition highlighted their combined influence as R&B pioneers and individual artists, influencing the sound and fashion of a whole generation. These accolades merited acknowledgement of their innovative work and enduring impact on music. Beyond awards. Bobby Brown is recognized for having influenced future R&B and hip-hop performers that followed in his innovative footsteps. Thus, his impact went far beyond accolades. His distinctive fusion of sultry vocals, streetwise swagger, and inventive sound influenced various artists including Chris Brown, Neo, and Usher. It helped to define the course of contemporary R&B. The BET biographical miniseries The Bobby Brown Story in 2018, which offered a comprehensive look at his turbulent career and personal journey, further emphasized his contributions to music. The miniseries examined his ascent to stardom, the difficulties he encountered, and the honors he received during his career. It provided a better understanding of his influence on the music business while considering the highs and lows of his personal life, demonstrating that his tenacity and fortitude influenced his legacy and musical accomplishments. The Bobby Brown Story was a worthy homage to his legacy, showing how his impact went beyond his compositions and encouraged other R&B and hip-hop musicians to push boundaries and produce unique, individualized music. Collection of awards. An incredible array of honors and recognitions for Bobby Brown's talent and accomplishments in the music business have been bestowed upon him during his career. There's no denying his impact on R&B and New Jack Swing, as seen by his Grammy, American Music Awards, Billboard, and MTV accolades. Brown's history inspires future musicians as an award-winning performer, despite his personal and professional struggles. His successful career. Over the years, Bobby Beresford Brown Sr. has accumulated substantial fortune and assets due to his successful music business career. Brown, a singer, songwriter, and performer, rose to prominence as a solo artist and a member of New Edition, making much money from endorsement deals, tours, and album sales. Real estate holdings. Brown's real estate holdings have been among his most noteworthy possessions. He's owned several opulent residences, including houses in Georgia and California. When they were married, he resided with Whitney Houston in an opulent estate in Alpharetta, Georgia. Brown kept making real estate investments that mirrored his career and way of life after his divorce and financial changes. Music royalties and business ventures. Brown's music royalties account for a considerable amount of his income. Songs like My Prerogative, Every Little Step, and Roni still bring in money because of licensing agreements, radio play, and streaming services. Brown's significance as a forerunner of the New Jack Swing genre guarantees that his music will always be current, which helps to sustain his long-term financial security. Business ventures. Brown has dabbled in several commercial endeavors outside of music. He started Bobby Brown Foods, a food-related company that sells spices and barbecue. His business endeavors demonstrate his capacity to diversify revenue streams and preserve financial stability outside the music industry. His remarkable collection of luxury vehicles also shows Brown's prosperity and taste. His financial fortune is further bolstered by his interests in partnerships and personal endeavors. Bobby Brown's holdings, which include real estate, royalties, and commercial endeavors, demonstrate his long-lasting financial influence and capacity to accumulate a fortune via various revenue sources. A signature sound. By fusing pop, hip-hop, and R&B to produce a distinctive sound that continues to impact future generations of musicians, Bobby Beresford Brown Sr. has made a lasting impression on the music business. Brown has made significant and inventive contributions to music throughout his career, from his early years with New Edition to his groundbreaking solo career. His expertise and commitment are shown by his capacity to change and grow with the business. Triumph, struggle, and perseverance. Despite obstacles in his personal and professional life, Brown has remained a strong and recognizable character. His narrative of success, adversity, and tenacity makes him an inspiration to many. Fans throughout the globe continue to enjoy his music, especially the classics from Bobby and Don't Be Cruel. A testament of dedication and passion. In addition to music, Brown has dabbled with activism and business, showcasing his adaptability and drive for development. His impact goes beyond amusement. He inspires the next generation and shapes culture. Bobby Brown's legacy is a tribute to the strength of tenacity and drive. His fame and artistic abilities will endure for years because of his substantial music and popular culture contributions. If you've watched the video till here, that means you've enjoyed the video. Subscribe. Don't forget to turn on the notifications bell icon